I never really planned to be a lifeboat volunteer, but I came to live in North Sea. I'd been working in London as a website designer, but although that were interesting, I didn't like city's life. I'd been really keen on boats as a teenager, and I thought if I went to live by the sea, it might be able to pursue that interest a bit more in my free time. Then I found the lifeboat institution was looking for volunteers, so I decided to apply. The lifeboat institution building here in North Sea is hard to miss. It's one of the largest in the country. It was built 50 years ago with the funds provided by a generous members of the public who live here all her life. As the lifeboat institutions is the charities that relies on that kind of donation rather than funding provided by government. That was a huge help to us. When I applied, I had to have a health in when I applied, I had to have a health assessment. The doctors were particularly interested in my visions. I used to be short-sighted, so I had to wear glasses. But I'd had laser eye surgery 2 years earlier, so that's were okay. Then they give they give me a they give me tests for color blindness, and they thought I might have a problem there, but I turned out to be okay. When the Coast Guard gets an alert, all the volunteers are contacted and rushed to the lifeboat station. Our target is to get there in 5 minutes. We try to get to the we try to get the boat off the docks and, and out to sea in another 6 to 8 minutes. Our team's proud that we usually achieve that. The average time across the country is 8.5 minutes. I've recently qualified and got called a helmsman, which means I have the ultimate responsibility for the lifeboat. I have to check that the I have to check that the equipment in is in working order. That crew has special life jackets that can support up to 4 people in the water, and it's ultimately my decision whether it's safe to launch the boat. It's really rare not to launch it, even in the worst weather. As well as going on a lifeboat, my work involves other things too. A lot of people underestimate how quickly conditions can change at sea, so I speak to the yacht group and the sailing crews in the area about the sorts of problems that the sailor and swimmer can have if the weather suddenly gets bad. We also have a lot we also have a lot of volunteers who organize activities to raise money for us, and we couldn't manage without them. The training we get is a continuous process focusing on technical competence and self-handling techniques. It's given me a confidence to deal with extreme situations without panicking. I was glad I done a first aid course before I started, as that a big help with the casualty care activities we do. We've done a lot. Uh, we, we've done a lot on how to deal with ropes and tie knot. That's an essential skill. After a year, I did a one-quick residential course led by specialists. Then they, they had a wave tank where they could create extreme weather conditions. So we could get experience at what we do if the boat turns over in storm at night, for example. Since I started, I've had to deal with a range of emergency situations, but the work's hugely motivating. It's not just about saving lives. We learned a lot about the technical technologies involved. My background in IT is being useful here, and I can use my expertise to help all the volunteers. They're a great group. That we are like a family, which helps when you are grabbing, which help when you are grabbing yourself out of bed in the cold stormy night. But actually, it's the colder months that can be the worst. It's the colder months that can be the most rewarding time. That's when the incidents tend to be more serious than you realize that can make a huge difference in the outcome.